Hello, I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is the channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on and talk about some books. If you've been watching my videos recently, you know that I'm doing a bit of a series of summer anticipated releases because there are just so many books that I'm looking forward to coming out this summer. Do check out my part 1, which I will link up above and down below, where I talk about some thrillers and fantasy that I'm really excited for. And then my part 2, which again, up above and down below, where I talk about some historical fiction that I'm really excited for. But for this video, we are going to talk about one of my absolute favorite genres, which is romance. I have got 5 books on this list of romance books that I am really looking forward to this summer. I have them in no particular order, but before I get started, do let me know what you're looking forward to coming out this summer. If you've bought any new books recently, come and chat to me in the comments down below. But for me, the very first book on this list is Stuck With You by Ali Hazelwood, which came out on the 7th of June 2022. This is the second book in the Steminist novellas series by Ali Hazelwood. You may remember Ali Hazelwood as the author of The Love Hypothesis, which was just an absolute TikTok sensation. I didn't love the book when I first read it, but I didn't mind her writing. I think it was just a plot that bugged me. So I'm really excited to give some of her other books a second chance. As I said, this book is the second book in the Steminist novellas, and I haven't actually read the first one. I really want to read the first one, but I am excited for the second one because I've read the blurb and it sounds kind of up my alley. As for the blurb, it says, "Nothing like a little rivalry between scientists to take love to the next level. Mara, Sadie, and Hannah are friends first, scientists always. Though their fields of study might take them to different corners of the world, they can all agree on this universal truth. When it comes to love and science, opposites attract and rivals make you burn. Logically, Sadie knows that civil engineers are supposed to build bridges. However, as a woman of STEM, she also understands that variables can change, and when you are stuck for hours in a tiny New York elevator with the man who broke your heart, you earn the right to burn that brawny blonde bridge to the ground. Eric can apologize all he wants, but to quote her rebel leader, she'd just as soon kiss a Wookiee. Not even the most sophisticated of Sadie's superstitious rituals could have predicted such a disastrous reunion. But while she refuses to acknowledge the siren call of Eric's steely forearms or the way his voice softens when he offers her his sweater, Sadie can't help but wonder if there might be more layers to her cold-hearted nemesis than meet the eye. Maybe, possibly, even burned bridges can still be crossed." So yeah, I do kind of love a good like forced proximity romance sort of situation, so I'm really excited for this book. Again, it came out 7th of June, so maybe I'll do a vlog where I read a bunch of Ali Hazelwood's books in a row. I don't know, let me know if that's something you'll be interested in. Next up, we've got another Ali Hazelwood release, which is Love on the Brain, which comes out on the 23rd of August 2022. I believe this one is the sort of sequel-ish to The Love Hypothesis, or it just kind of follows the same like STEM, women in STEM sort of path that The Love Hypothesis went down. But as for the blurb, it says, "Like an avenging purple-haired Jedi bringing balance to the mansplained universe, B. Königswasser lives by a simple code. What would Marie Curie do? If NASA offered her the lead on a neuroengineering project, a literal dream come true after years scraping by on the crumbs of academia, Marie would accept without hesitation. Duh. But the mother of modern physics never had to co-lead with Levi Ward. Sure, Levi is attractive in a tall, dark, and piercing eyes kind of way, and sure, he caught her in his powerfully corded arms like a romance novel hero when she accidentally damseled in distress on her first day in the lab, but Levi made his feelings toward Bee very clear in grad school. Arch enemies work best employed in their own galaxies, far away. Now her equipment is missing, the staff is ignoring her, and Bee finds her floundering career in somewhat of a pickle. Perhaps it's her occipital cortex playing tricks on her, but Bee could swear she can see Levi softening into an ally, backing her plays, seconding her ideas, devouring her with those eyes, and the possibilities have all her neurons firing. But when it comes time to actually make a move and put her heart on the line, there's only one question that matters. What will Big Königswasser do?" So yeah, this is kind of an enemies to lover, and I do like a good enemies to lover. Next up, we've got How to Fake It in Hollywood by Ava Wilder, which came out on the 14th of June 2022. And I'm kind of picking this one up because the cover looks a little bit weird and it's got like a sort of fake dating thing. But yeah, as for the blurb, it says, "Gray Brooks is on a mission to keep her career afloat now that the end of her long-running teen soap has her unsuccessfully pounding the pavement again. With a life-changing role in The Lion, she's finally desperate enough to agree to her publicist's scheme. Faking a love affair with a disgraced Hollywood heartthrob who needs the publicity but for very different reasons. Ethan Atkins just wants to be left alone. Between his high-profile divorce, his struggles with drinking, and his grief over the death of his longtime creative partner and best friend, he slowly let himself fade into the background. But if he ever wants to produce the last movie he and his partner wrote together, Ethan needs to clean up his reputation and step back into the spotlight. A gossip-inducing affair with a gorgeous actress might be just the ticket, even if that's the last thing he wants to do. Though their juicy public relationship is less than perfect behind the scenes, it doesn't take long before Gray and Ethan's sizzling chemistry starts to feel like more than just an act. But after decades in a ruthless industry that requires bulletproof emotional armor to survive, Are they too used to faking it to open themselves up to the real thing? So I love a good fake dating trope. The cover looked a little bit weird. The blurb kind of sounds like your classic romance, like rom-com fake dating sort of thing. So I'm kind of keen. It looks like it'll be a fun, easy read. Next up, we have The Charmed List by Julie Abe, which came out on the 5th of July 2022. And again, I really, really love this cover. I think it's really, really pretty and cute, and it's got food on it and it's got frenemies. So it's gonna be fun, hopefully. But as for the blurb, it says, after spending most of high school as the quiet girl, Ellie Kabata is ready to take some risks and have a life-changing summer, starting with her anti-wallflower list. 13 items she's going to check off one by one. She's looking forward to riding roller coasters, making her art Instagram public, maybe, and going on an epic road trip with her best friend Leah. But when number 4 on Ellie's list goes horribly wrong, revenge on Jack Yasuda, she's certain her summer has gone from charmed to cursed. Instead of a road trip with Leah, Ellie finds herself stuck in a car with Jack driving to a magical convention. But as Ellie and Jack travel down the coast of California, number 13 on her list, fall in love, may be happening without her realizing it. In the Charmed List, Julie Abe sweets readers away to a secret magical world complete with cupcakes and tea, with added sparks of joy and an enchanted cottage where you can dance under the stars. So I'm loving this sort of like enemies to lovers thing. I am loving the forced proximity. And I also love a good like to-do list sort of style book. I know I loved it in Get a Life Chloe Brown when she had that to-do list of things that she wanted to go through, and I'll link a video where I talk about it in more detail up above and down below. But yeah, that's one of the parts that I loved about that book, so I'm keen to see it take place in this one, and again, another fun, easy read. This next one, I was immediately attracted to it because of the pop art looking cover, and that is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson, which comes out on the 1st of August 2022. I just think that cover is absolutely awesome, and I feel like I'm gonna relate to the main character because I'm also like true crime obsessed and all that sort of thing, and I feel like it bleeds into the rest of my life. But as for the blurb, it says, turns out that reading nothing but true crime isn't exactly conducive to modern dating, and one woman is going to have to learn how to give love a chance when she's used to suspecting the worst. PhD candidate Phoebe Walsh has always been obsessed with true crime. She's even analysing the genre in her dissertation, if she can manage to finish writing it. It's hard to find the time while she spends the summer in Florida cleaning out her childhood home, dealing with her obnoxiously good-natured younger brother, and grappling with the complicated feelings of mourning a father she hasn't had a relationship with for years. It doesn't help that she's low-key convinced that her new neighbor, Sam Dennings, is a serial killer. He may dress business casual by day, but at night he's clearly up to something. It's not long before Phoebe realizes that Sam might be something much scarier, a genuinely nice guy who can pierce her armor to reach her vulnerable heart. I think that sounds super, super fun. Like, don't know if the neighbor is a serial killer or someone she's falling in love with. I'm really excited to see that conflict play out and whether or not he does kind of end up being a serial killer. And it's one of those stories like, I think like the Mindfuck series where you fall in love with a serial killer or something like that. It sounds really, really exciting, really, really fun and weird and like just random. So yeah, I'm super excited for that book, and for all of these books on this list. Do let me know if any of these books are on your list as well and what your other anticipated releases for this summer are. Let me know if you've done any retail therapy for yourself recently, buying any of your anticipated releases and what you're reading at the moment, if you're loving it, if you're hating it. Come and chat to me in the comments down below. I do my best to reply to every single comment. I really, really hope that you did like this video, and if you did, please let me know by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell or down below. I don't remember where. It is a really, really easy way to help my channel grow, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!